friends. I have a new book for you today, and it's called Spaghetti in a Hot Dog Bun. And it's about having the courage to be who you are because not everybody's the same, right? And that's okay. It was written by Maria Dismondy and illustrated by Kimberly Shaw Peterson. Look at her meal she's eating there. Does that look tasty to you or yucky? Okay, here we go. The delicious smell of breakfast filled the air as Lucy's grandpa handed her a plate. Lucy smeared ketchup on her toast. She turned to her grandpa and said, "Papa Gino, Harriet said she's never heard of ketchup on toast. Her family uses butter and jelly." Here she is eating her toast. That's a little bit different maybe than you ate yours. It's okay. Not everyone likes the same thing, Lucy. It doesn't mean one person is right or wrong. We're all different. What a boring world it would be if we were all exactly alike. Do you remember what's really important? Papa Gino asked. Here he is. He's talking to her. Yes, Papa, even if we are different from others on the outside, we all have a heart with feelings on the inside. That's really a good thing. I'm going to say that again. Even if we are different from others on the outside, we all have a heart with feelings on the inside. That's an important thing to remember. That's my girl. Remember, when you treat others with love and kindness, you are doing the right thing, Papa Gino replied. On the school bus, Lucy and her friend Harriet pulled out some paper and crayons. Sitting across from them was Ralph. As usual, Ralph sat alone, staring out the window. He looked over at them and rolled his eyes. Okay, so let's take a look. This is her grandpa dropping her off at the bus. And then here is her and her friend and the boy they're talking about. He rolled his eyes at them. Why do you think he rolled his eyes at them? Think about that. Why do people roll their eyes? Is that a nice thing to do? In the classroom, Lucy sat down near the teacher. Miss Marcia wanted to begin as the children settled into their seats. Ralph carelessly hurried over and tripped on Lucy's foot. Before long, he was glaring at her. Glaring means to give somebody a bad look. Ralph whispered, "Woof, I can't see the book with this poodle in front of me." Lucy could hear him giggling behind her. Oh no, why did it have to be me, she wondered. So she's got very nice curly hair. I have curly hair too. And he's making fun of her like she looks like a poodle. Is he being nice? The funny thing about it is, look at what it says up here. It says Friendship Week, share a smile. Is he sharing a smile with her? During lunch, Harriet shouted one of her silliest jokes over the other children's voices. As the girls ate, their bellies shook with laughter. Across the table, Ralph hollered, "Yuck, that's the disgusting smell. Who ever heard of eating spaghetti in a hot dog bun? Don't you think that's gross, Tony?" So here she was having so much fun with her friend, and now he's making fun of her lunch. I never, ever want to hear that my students make fun of somebody's lunch just because it's different than what you might eat. You shouldn't say that, right? You shouldn't make fun of their lunch. You never know. You might like green eggs and ham. If you tasted their lunch, it may be really good. Tony and the other children at the table turned away from Ralph, shaking their heads. Oh, so sounds like they don't agree with him. Ralph continued, "Poor little Lucy with her hair so poofy." Tears filled Lucy's eyes, and she began to cry. On the way home, Lucy thought about what had happened. Maybe Ralph is mean to me because he thinks being different is bad. I wish he would stop teasing me. I wish she'd stop teasing her, too. Slowly, Lucy stepped off the bus. "How was your day?" Papa Gino asked. "Fine," she mumbled. Papa reached over and pulled a crayon out of her hair. Did you see when he was doing that? Right there. You see he's putting a crayon in her hair. "How did this happen?" he asked. Lucy didn't say a word. That night, as Papa Gino tucked Lucy into bed, he asked, "Is everything all right at school?" Lucy rolled over. He leaned down, kissed her on the cheek, and whispered, "Always remember, Papa's here for you. If something's not right, we can work on fixing it together." It's not that easy, thought Lucy. How do I stop Ralph from teasing me? How can he have a heart and be so mean? Lucy had a hard time falling asleep, worrying about what would happen tomorrow. Have you ever worried about something? Have you ever felt picked on and teased and wondered what to do? Maybe you've felt like Lucy before. I have. I've felt like Lucy before. The following day, Lucy was surprised to find Ralph leaving her alone until Lucy, "I'm sorry about yesterday," Ralph snickered. Snickered means to laugh. So do you think he's really sorry? Wonder. Lucy took the bag Ralph handed her. Inside were dog bones and a picture with a note that read, "Lucy, Lucy, eat stinky food that puts us in a big bad mood. Lucy, Lucy, hair shaped like a cone. Here's a treat for you, a yummy dog bone." Man, he is really being mean, isn't he? Oh my gosh. There he is. Walking away. Let's see what it says on the next page. The beating of Lucy's heart was so loud she knew everyone around her could hear it. Her body began to tremble as she tore the note into pieces. "Stop! It hurts my feelings when you do this, Ralph," Lucy said. "Please stop." Ralph turned and walked away. Well, that was good. She's trying to stand up for herself and tell him how she feels. She didn't say something mean back. What would you do? Do you think she did the right thing? It was recess time and Lucy played alone. She didn't want to tell Miss Marcia about Ralph. She was afraid of being a tattletale. Lucy wished Papa Gino was there to help. What should I do? She asked herself over and over. The bell rang as recess ended. "Help!" cried a child off in the distance. Tony ran up and yelled, "Ralph got himself stuck at the top of the monkey bars. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen." Oh boy, the kid that was picking on her is now in trouble. And they're laughing at him. Should they laugh at him for getting in trouble? "This is my chance. I'll go tell Ralph how mean he really is. M-E-A-N, mean, mean," Lucy said under her breath. She stomped off toward the monkey bars. When she reached Ralph, Lucy paused. She looked him in the eye and said, "What you did was so mean." Standing before Ralph, Lucy could hear her papa's words. Ralph did have a heart with feelings. So she's telling him how she feels, but she also feels a little bit sorry for him. Why do you think she feels sorry for him? In that moment, she decided what she would do. Lucy started to climb up the monkey bars. She saw tears in Ralph's eyes. He hesitated to move and whispered, "I'm scared." Lucy reached for him and said, "Here, take my hand," and she helped him down. The two walked back to the classroom without saying a word. Wow, that's pretty powerful, right? She could have laughed at him. She could have pushed him. She could have just left him alone. But even though he was mean, she chose to be nice to him. Interesting. I wonder what's going to happen next. On the way home, Lucy sang songs with Harriet. As the bus pulled up to her stop, Ralph suddenly reached over and handed her a picture. Lucy was amazed by what she saw. "Thanks," she muttered softly. Look at what he gave her. He made her a picture, and it doesn't have any mean words this time. So now she's going to talk to her papa. I wonder what she's going to say. What do you think she's going to tell him? After she got off the bus, Lucy reached for her papa's hand and said, "Papa, there's this boy, Ralph, who was really mean to me. Today he was in trouble, and I helped him." Do you think her papa's going to be proud of her? Papa Gino hugged Lucy and replied, "That took a lot of courage. It wasn't the easiest thing to do. You chose to be a good person and to treat others the way you want to be treated. I'm so proud of you, Lucy." Yeah, so he wouldn't have been proud of her if she pushed Ralph down, I don't think. As they walked home, she asked what was for dinner. When Papa Gino said spaghetti, Lucy knew immediately what she would have for lunch the next day. Her favorite sandwich, spaghetti and a hot dog bun. Hopefully nobody's going to make fun of her. Hopefully Ralph doesn't make fun of her, right? Oh, it has some great things on the back of the book. I'm going to read to you. It says, "You are out of this world, special." Okay, so let's repeat after me. Let's remember these things. Number 1, be proud. Be proud. Number 2, love yourself. Number 2, say love yourself. Number 3, have courage. Number 3, have courage. Number 4, practice giving. Number 4, practice giving. Number 5, make each day count. Number 5, make each day count. So in other words, don't waste a day. If you can do something nice a day on a certain day, then do it right then. Don't wait till later. Number 6, celebrate differences. Celebrate differences. So be excited when you meet someone that's different. Maybe you'll learn something new from them. Number 7, spread kindness. 7, spread kindness. Number 8, share a smile. 8, share a smile. And with our masks right now, you know what? You can't see the mouth smiling, but you can still see the eyes smiling. Look at me smiling. You can see my eyes look smiley. So you can even tell when people are smiling, even with their mask on. Number 9, forgive. She totally did that. Forgive means you're going to say it's okay when somebody makes a mistake and they hurt your feelings. Number 10, never give up. Number 10, never give up. I think I can. I think I can. Hope you enjoyed this story. I'll talk to you soon.